or the Detroit Lions have a tryout player that all the coaches are talking about. The safeties coach, the special teams coach, and the head coach, and the defensive coordinator are all kind of like, what's up with this guy? He's a tryout player. You don't hear about that. You hear about the undrafted free agents, but then they have tryouts, and you don't really hear about them. This guy popped in tryouts, and it's Ian Kennelly from Grand Valley State. So GVSU, shout out Allendale. Let me know in the comments. Like, you can't say Michigan or Michigan State, but a Michigan school, that just doesn't have to be a Michigan school, but who's that kind of like that Division II team that you kind of like just hope does well? Is it Central, Western, Ferris, GVSU? Maybe it's Ball State. Maybe you're something different. Oh, it doesn't matter. Let me know in the comments who you kind of root for. Can't say the main schools. All right, here it is. He's got the best RAS score we've seen out of all of our draft picks, all of our undrafted free agents. Best RAS score. Again, RAS score scored out of 10. 10's the perfect score. He's got a 9.14. The reason is he's got the perfect height. Weight is great. 40-yard dash is insane. Shuttle's awesome. The broad jump's awesome. Like elite. He's elite in 1, 2, 3, 4 areas. The other ones are just like really good. So this is what we're kind of talking about. So what happened was the safeties coach came out and was talking about how we've got 2 all-pro safeties. We'll get to that. We'll get more to that in just a second. 2 all-pro safeties. Then it's like after that, because we let Ife Melifonwu go, what do we have depth-wise? And he brought this guy up talking about how he popped on his tryout. Just invite a bunch of guys, local dudes, try out. He popped. Now, the thing about Kennelly is that he actually interviewed, talked with other NFL teams, doesn't get drafted, doesn't get picked as an undrafted free agent, but then the Lions, of course, pick him up as an undrafted free agent, and he is somebody that's doing really well. And so what happened was that during that tryout, the safeties coach sees him, special teams coach starts walking over, like, who is this guy? Defensive coordinator, Dan Campbell, starts walking over, and now he's going to have a chance. Like, he's just going to have a chance to make the team. Now, here's what you got to see about him. Now, I don't want to get a copyright, so it's going to make this a little weird, but he intercepts a pass, and he's just like, I want to make sure you're seeing this. The entire team's trying to bring him down, and they just can't. So, again, I made that choppy. Sorry, but that was like game footage. I don't want to get a copyright. So, keep an eye on this guy. I think if you're the Lions, if you look at our depth chart, there's only, if you just want to get picky about it, that's the beautiful thing about where the Lions are. And that's the thing. The Lions, for a few years there, because they were a rising team, talked about them a lot. You heard about them a lot. Now the Lions are just this really good, steady Eddie team that 15-2 last year. 2 losses. That long season and the whole thing, and they lost 2 games. So this is a really good team. I was watching Jahmyr Gibbs highlights. If you ever think, man, I don't know, like, what do we got? It's like, just watch Jahmyr Gibbs highlights, and you're like, oh, yeah, that's right. So if you do get picky, though, and you go down to the defense, that's kind of where we're at is, all right, Brian Branch, Kirby Joseph, and then you have Dan Jackson, who's a rookie, Eric Hallett, who we picked up from the Niners, Lawrence Strickland. It's like backup safety. I don't know. We got, and the safeties coach said we got 5 kind of unproven-ish guys trying to figure it out here. And you can see there's Kennelly, the back of the pack, but something to keep an eye on. Okay, other things that I think were really cool is that PFF came out and talked about the most underrated player on each team, and I think they nailed it. That's a great one. Amik Robertson. He's going to be so important for us because the defensive coaches talked about something that I hadn't really thought about, and that is the Lions want to play man coverage a lot. I get it. The reason that they do it so much is because Brian Branch can cover tight ends and running backs and wide receivers. They can cover everyone. Most teams, that's some tough matchups in there when you're like, all right, we're going to go man. It's like, well, you can't because, well, Amik Robertson is in that as well where he can handle the slot really, really well. He can handle, we saw how he went out and just was like right in the face of Justin Jefferson. He can handle inside and outside. So there's that versatility that we really need from all these guys. And Amik Robertson's one of those guys. So I love that. So you add him back into the mix. You've got a really good secondary. Because remember, Carlton Davis was our really good player. We swap him out for another just as good player. They're different sizes, but they're really premier guys. So that's what's huge. Another thing PFF came out with was each kind of the premier undrafted free agent on each team. So we're talking about Ian Kennelly, safety, Grand Valley. We've also talked about Jackson Meeks, how it would be really nice to find that other wide receiver. J-Mo and St. Brown, we know that, but who's going to be that other wide receiver? We've been looking for that. We've been looking for a few things since Brad Holmes got here. And by the way, Brad Holmes, obviously, incredible job. He's filled so many spots and elite talent. But it's like that last wide receiver. Again, it's like we're getting picky now, and that's the best place to be as a fan. And just like, yeah, you know what I wish we had is a little bit better at this or that. We're entering into spoiled times because remember, we go on that long run, just real quick. We go on that long run, was that 3 years ago now, where we rattled, because it's like, we start 1-6. It's like, Dan Campbell sucks. And then we rattle off all those victories. Then we go to the NFC Championship. Then we go 15-2. Have a slip up in the playoffs and you're out. It's just the way it works. But we are in this spoiled time right now. And so anyway, when you talk about Jackson Meeks, it's like, yeah, we're just kind of looking for that other wide receiver to complement our other two just superstars. It's a good place to be. Really love it. And if you're a Lions fan, you're excited finally for a couple reasons, is because you look at the schedule. I think Dan Campbell said it perfectly, and we got to remember this. It's like, ooh, man, tough game. That's tough. Ooh, I don't like that. Prime time. Schedule's really weird. Here's the thing. Those other teams have to play us, and they're looking at it like, dang, we got to play the Lions at Ford Field on a short week. Shoot, we got to play the Lions Sunday Night Football. So teams have to play us. We're really good. We're the best team in the NFC last year, record-wise. I get it. 15-2, number 1 seed. Aiden Hutchinson, are you kidding me? He stays healthy, and we're a completely different team. And Davenport, that's another one too. Kelvin Shepard's just like, Davenport is one of the best players I've seen. He's an athletic specimen. He has not ever been able to stay healthy. What if he can stay healthy? He can't control that, right? But he's going to prepare like he's going to be available, ready to go in December. And if those guys can stay healthy, let's go. All right, let me know your thoughts in the comments, and we'll see all of you on the next one.